Hello everyone and welcome to episode 30 of Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth. Melee campaign, good, melee only good campaign. Today we are going to do the mission Dead Marshes. And yeah, hopefully everything will go according to plan. This is a big map, but not a hard map.
The dead marshes are haunted still by those who fell during the War of the Last Alliance. It is a dangerous place for all men.
Yeah, so like I said, not a very hard map. You start here. There are one, two, three enemy camps. Sometimes only two because they don't expand to the third one. So yeah, what we are going to do is make them all melee. Try to fit as many as we can. Give them some experience. Make him go on foot. Because yeah, my guys are on foot. And yeah, start making our camp. And the thing is, in that marshes there is like a small let's say cave. It is the fact that you cannot build cavalry. So basically if you play with cavalry and you lose it here, you cannot rebuild it during these missions. In a way makes sense. The problem is you can use cavalry, so it's just that you cannot build it. And in a way makes sense. Marsh is no place to breed horses, and yeah, no place for a cavalry. So this makes sense. The fact that you cannot build cavalry. The more problematic part is the fact that yeah, even though you cannot build cavalry, if you have cavalry, you can use it. And yeah, the map is not that marshy. I mean, it's okay. But yeah, in this game, the developer took some creativity with some of the maps. They just don't fit the description, basically. Um, so yeah, here the first part is easy. They kind of have all these troops, all these trash troops that they send at you, and we are going to go and quickly sweep through their base, basically, and yeah, take it. And then after we take one of their base, we are going to move to another one, and then I will not try to take it until I manage to see that the enemy attacks me from another direction. If he doesn't attack me from another direction, then I'm not going to take it. And the reason why I'm not going to take it is because if he doesn't attack me from another direction, then probably means that they don't have another base. And we kind of want them to have another base. And here the problem is the fact that they have fire archers, and fire archers and elves really do not see each other eyes to eye. For some reason, elves are very bad against fire archers. Like those elite Gondor guards, the tower guards actually, they can take even without them being in their increased armor mode, they can tank a lot of hits from fire archers without bonuses, without anything. Elves, if they don't receive the bonus from the king, which the bonus is here is 60 damage combat experience, but from Theoden the bonus that they receive is basically 50% damage and 50% armor. But without this armor, oh man, that will be a bit tough. So I'm going to use him, and I'm also going to use her to attack them, because otherwise we'll have a problem. They are kind of the only ones that Yeah, you go and attack him. Okay, so just kill him, please, before he kills you. And if they are flailing their arm around or just dying peacefully, it's completely random. Oh, here is another one. That's not good news. Uh, oh, but fortunately, he just walked in through my guys, and that was it. But yeah, like I said, these trolls are really hard to deal with, especially since they are when they are upgraded. Then it's even harder to deal with them than it is now. Um, so yeah, now it's time for us to actually make the swamp a little pretty and plant some trees. And what I'm going to do, make some fountains here, so my troops can heal themselves. Also, the fact that I lost Pippin is not such a big deal. It's not that important. He doesn't do much. He's just there for the show. So I'm going to say that he retreated to uh, he retreated to his vacation home in Hobbiton. So yeah, take over, man. It's the enemy. We do want to heal our guys and then go for the camp. And mainly this is because once the enemy starts to have like starts to have, how can I say, come on, let me select that one. Oh. Starts to have their production building at high level, then we kind of have a problem. And yeah, we are going to go here because we want to regen our guys first, and then we want to heal our guys second. And yeah, then we will commence our assault on the next table and next camp. And then we have these towers that can help us a bit with the enemy attacks. And yeah, let's not forget, in order to make sure that everyone get a level, we should have 2 guys level 8 and the rest level 9, basically. And now they are healed enough. Time to go and commence our assault on the enemy base. Because yeah, we want to take it as quickly as possible. And yeah, hopefully this time the sound will not bug out like the previous time in which when I recorded this episode, and I will not have to re-record it. It was so frustrating. Like, I recorded a bunch of episodes because yeah, it's Christmas time, and this episode actually will go on Christmas. And then when I went to see how my recordings were, I noticed that I had no sound, only the game sound. Okay, you guys go there. You guys attack there. You guys, wait. You guys go and attack there. And the reason why I'm doing these kind of things is because otherwise they don't really know what to do. They just stay and yeah, they just stay and look at the sun or something. So I will let them have one production building until I make sure that, wait, you go back, and you guys go back. You go back. You are not allowed to destroy this one. Yeah, you can stay wherever you like. So now this is a good point to save, because now it's just making sure that my troops level up, which is using the king's power for a whole lot of time. And that will be it. That will be all that I'm going to do now. Spam the king's power to boost the morale and their of the troops. And this makes also leveling up guys faster, actually. So yeah, and since yeah, this episode will go on Christmas, while we are doing the leveling up, or better say, while I'm doing the leveling up of the troops, I want to talk a bit about Christmas and the story of Christmas and why it's important. Why do we celebrate Christmas? Because, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, almost a year since I started posting on YouTube and streaming, and I also started somewhere around Christmas. Uh, oh, this must be the enemy. So I guess they have no other troops to attack me. So yeah, and then I focused on why we celebrate Christmas and why it's important to celebrate Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ. Why it's important for the humanity, and yeah, the answer for this is the fact that yeah, it's oh no, they are orcs, so they have a production facility somewhere. So I'm going to take this camp because it's clear that they have a production facility here. I think they took the base here, so we will take this one and we'll move. Yeah, definitely they took the base there. So we are going to take this camp. And the reason why it's important is because since Eden, since Adam and Eve have sinned, we were under the wrath of God. And yeah, it's not pleasant to be under the wrath of God, because we are sinners, and the wrath of God is not against sinners. I mean, it's not against the person; it's against the sin. And of course, you cannot separate the person from the sin, so it's also against the sinner. And yeah, Jesus Christ was the good news that finally there is a solution for our predicament, and finally we are able to re remake the bond that was lost in Eden. And yeah, we all know the story of the Christmas, how Jesus was born. And one thing that I noticed this year when I was reading the story in Bible was the fact that usually, at least myself, but I think a lot of people are putting all the events in the same night. Uh, what what I'm saying, what do I want to say when I'm saying that we are putting all the events in the same night? I want to say the fact that Jesus, that Mary and Joseph arrived in the. Okay, that's a bit tough to deal with. Arrived in the same night as Jesus was born in the Jerusalem, in Bethlehem, and in the same night has come the shepherds there. In the same night happened everything, and the thing is, the interesting thing is the fact that actually things didn't happen in the same night. Run, leave that alone. They are broken. The enemy is broken. Actually, the things didn't happen in the same night, and I know we are so used to the story that we put everything. So first they arrive in Bethlehem, then Mary had to give birth to Jesus. They don't find a place at the inn, so they go in a stable and have baby Jesus. Then um, after that, some shepherds that are there on the field are coming, and they because some angels told them that Jesus was born. And yeah, after the shepherds are coming, in the same night come the wise men from the east, and the wise men also see the baby Jesus, and they are happy for it and brings gifts to him. And then in the same night, uh, Herod decides that he wants to kill all the babies because they see them as a threat to his existence as a king. So he orders all to be killed, but Joseph and Maria are Mary. Maria is in Italians and in Romanians also. Um, in Romanian also. And yeah, they get the baby, they start their travel to Egypt. But this is the story that we are used to, and I was used to. Everything it's right one after another, and I think this happens because in the story usually the story is in two gospels, in Gospel of Luke and in Gospel of Matthew, and Luke takes care of the shepherds, and Matthew takes care of the wise man from the east. Uh, Matthew doesn't speak of the shepherds, Luke doesn't speak of the wise man. And we take these two parts and we cram them together, and then we make like a story. But what was interesting is that to see that the story had some breaks. And the first break is that Mary was from some time, Mary and Joseph was stayed a bit in Bethlehem before Mary had to give birth. It wasn't on the same day that they arrived. No, they were there for a bit. We don't know how much was that bit, a few days, a few months, a few weeks, probably a few weeks. But we don't know. But we know that they stayed there for a while. And it's a small little detail in Luke that says that while they were there, not when they arrived, but while they were there, Mary had to give birth. And then the second detail is in Matthew, the fact that the wise men came around 2 years after Jesus was born, because the star appeared on the night that Jesus was born. Not before, but on the same night that Jesus was born, then the star appeared. So, and from the order that King Herod gave to his soldiers to kill all the children that were actually toddlers, that were 2 years of age or less, we can deduce that they came around the 2-year mark of Jesus' birthday. Perhaps not exactly 2 years, a bit quicker than that, but yeah. And basically, there is a quite a break between the shepherds and the wise man, and that's interesting to see. Actually, it's really interesting to see that one, because it shows how God can provide. Because yeah, for a trip to Egypt you need a lot of resources, especially if you made it in haste, like Joseph and Mary and Jesus had to do it. So the wise men came at the right time, bringing money in order for them to be able to do the trip to Egypt. And that was interesting to notice. And yeah, it doesn't change a lot the story of how Jesus was born, but does change a bit. It's a bit like changes a bit the perspective. And yeah, it's interesting, and I like discovering these little details and things like that regarding the story. And yeah, it's always nice to see that. But anyway, the essence of the story is the same. Like, Jesus was born, and it was the greatest news that the humanity ever heard. And one little aspect about Jesus is that when the wise men came to Herod, they asked, "Where is the newborn king of the Jews. And that's interesting because no one is born a king. Not one, none of the kings of this earth that we had on this earth, or we had, or we have, or we will have, is born a king. Only Jesus was born a king because he was a king before he was born on this earth. He was a king in heavens before he came on this earth. So he was born a prince, a king, because on this earth usually people are born prince of princesses, princes of princesses. And then they have to wait some more than others, like Prince Charles had to wait like almost all his life to become a king, but he did become a king and then become a king. They are not born king, but Jesus was born king, and that's really interesting. That little aspect, it's really interesting, and I enjoyed so much discovering that one because it's kind of a thing that you don't really think too much about it. Like you read it and you don't put a lot of or personally I didn't put a lot of attention to that. Oh wait, he was born a king. That's interesting. People are not born kings. They are born princes and princesses, but not kings. But yeah, it was really interesting to discover that, and yeah, I quite enjoyed that. And yeah, the story of Christmas, a story about gifts, about receiving gifts that we do not deserve, like we received Jesus Christ that we did not deserve to receive, because we did nothing to deserve him. Actually, what we did would qualify us, would disqualify us from receiving any gifts as sinners from God who is holy. But he's good with us, and so he gives us gifts, and he gives us Jesus. And yeah, through Jesus we can one day be again in heaven with him, and we can escape the wrath of God that is against sin and sinners, and against sin first, and against sinners, because the sin is like glued to the sinner. So yeah, it's so interesting, these things, and so wonderful. And I always like thinking about these things because it also shows how much God loved us, because basically he left his heaven where he had everything, where he was king. He left it in order to come on this earth and not come as a grown-up man like Adam and Eve were created, full grown-out adults. No. He was born as a baby. He needs to have milk from Mary. He needs to have his diapers changed. He could not speak in the beginning. So yeah, that's so amazing that he was willing to do that. To it's beyond my understanding. I personally don't think I would have been able to do that. Like, yeah, it's and he knew. It wasn't like, oh, when he started his mission he knew that he was only then he realized that he was the son of God. No, he knew from the very beginning that he was the son of God, and then he was God. And yeah, knowing everything like that and being trapped in a body that you cannot control, this is torture in a way. But yeah, he did all that because he loved us. And yeah, this is amazing. For me, this is amazing how much he could love us. And then he not only did that, but he chose to die for us, which is also more amazing. The fact that he died for us. Instead, took taking our place on the cross. When he died for us. So through him to be able to be saved, and he did everything for us. And the question is, how do we respond to that? How do we respond to such a great love? To humble yourself so much, and yeah, to people that sometimes didn't even care about him. He always had opposition. He always had people that didn't like him, that were like, oh, him, we don't want him. But yeah, he continued with his mission, never once abandoning it. And yeah, it's amazing that he did that. It's really, really, really amazing. And yeah, this makes the Christmas celebration so beautiful for me. And yeah, I really enjoy it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it too. And yeah, you have a very nice Christmas, and you can spend it with your family or with the loved ones, or even if you spend it alone. I hope that you can spend it with happiness in your heart, and not with sadness or disappointment or things like that, but with happiness. And yeah, life is not um, life is not always easy, and it's not always fair, but yeah, we can be happy, and we can being happy is a choice. You can have everything and still not be happy, uh, or you can have almost nothing and be the happiest man on this earth, because being happy is a choice. And yeah, I hope that you all choose to be happy on this Christmas. So yeah, you could have a nice holiday. So yeah, anyway, this mission is not done. Okay, time to go hunting for that. Oh, perhaps they have here the small little outpost. I'm going to also go here and see if they have something. But probably it's the small outpost there, they took it, and yeah. Oh no, they have here an outpost. Wait, yeah, it's something that we need to take care quickly. But we should be able to do it without too much hassle. As long as they didn't take another outpost, it's not so problematic to deal with it. I'm also going to heal my guys, because yeah, we want to finish it with full guys. And let's see. Yeah, that was all of it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I wish you happy holidays, and holidays full of peace and happiness. Take care, and yeah, see each other next time after we watch the screen and make sure that everything was okay, especially with units veterancy 15. Yeah, it's okay, and we have a total victory, and one more mission and most of my units will be ranked 10. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see each other next time. Take care, and bye bye.